Hello everybody, welcome to the arena portion of Let's Play Guacamelee. The arena, the Caverna de Pollos, is an offshoot of Santa Lucita found in the mines, and once you have sufficient powers in the game, you can access a variety of different arenas. Now, these arenas have to be beaten procedurally, and they are essentially big pits, a long series of connected rooms that you drop down. You get prizes at the end, and they're pretty challenging, at least towards the end. I'm going to be playing them with the normal luchador, no special costumes, and I will have powers appropriate for the stage of the game in which they expect you to fight in these. So nothing really too crazy so far, it's just been greens and reds. If you don't know how to handle these, you know, I'm not sure how you made it this far, I guess. This is the first sort of unusual room, I suppose. They're sending armadillos after you in decently sized numbers. Here's where the trick of uppercutting one so that the other rolls under you really comes into play. This room is Enemy Management 101. You've got 3 reds firing their projectiles at you and a yellow dashing all around. Now, obviously the yellow is the greatest threat. He does a lot of damage. But you want a lot of maneuvering room when you're tackling a yellow. You want to be able to roll all the time. You want to be able to dodge him wherever he goes. So, really, taking out the reds first is the only good way, as far as I'm concerned, to beat this. And once you're done with that, you just follow the old practice. You know, keep the yellow off of his feet. This room, you really should be grappling. There are some situations, and you just sort of learn to recognize these instinctually, I guess, as you progress through the game, where you realize that one approach is going to be better than the others. So if you're being flooded with those little jumpers, and you have a couple of strong enemies that you can't dodge out of their attack, like the armadillos, you want to be getting the invulnerability from grappling and the room clearing from grappling all the time. There's another enemy management. You know, there's probably other ways of playing the game other than almost always eliminating the reds first. I just find it to be easiest. I guess it's just that the reds can hurt you basically anywhere on the map, whereas these little plant guys, they actually can get up to those upper platforms. They just sort of appear in the ground up there. They have a little teleport. But generally speaking, if you're jumping around and being aerial, they can't attack you. This is a patience room. Basically, if you try to hurt one too much, like I did there, the other will sneak up on you and attack you pretty well. You basically need to maneuver around, just doing a lot of dodges, a lot of jumping, looking for the perfect opportunity. This is a good place to keep in mind that you can do good combos when you're in the air. They won't roll out of your combos. Additionally, the suplex, I think the pile driver is what I mean to say. The one that does a lot of damage to one individual enemy is very useful if you're fighting a couple of tough enemies, because it does so much damage you can just quickly take care of one of the enemies and give yourself the time and space you need to take out the other one. Here you can actually see I dodge rolled out of that big attack there by the big guy. That was helpful. It really changed things up when I realized you could do that. So here they just want you to get impatient. This is kind of another patience room. They want you to start taking out the armadillos and get whacked by the big guy. He's slow enough and lumbering enough that if you can trick him into attacking, he's going to be in that attack animation for so long that it's not really hard to circle around behind him. The armadillos will follow you, and you can just wipe them out. Basically, I think this is true. Basically, any room in the arena that features these little jumper guys, Eluxes, I think is how you say their name, they just want you to be throwing. I mean, I actually kind of lose track of where I am for a second here, because there's just so many of them, but I'm pressing W basically the whole time, just in the hopes that I'll catch somebody. I eventually do, and use those frames of invincibility to find out where I am, and to clear out everybody around me. Once you know how to do that, it's not really that bad. I also noticed I was able to dodge roll out of the big guy's jump. I thought these were fire attacks, but I guess not if I'm able to do that. If these aren't fire attacks, then boy, these are just the weakest, worst enemies. These big Eluxes never really show up again. So here's our sweet reward. We get a piece of heart. The rewards get better as you progress. I could actually travel to the right down there and see all the rewards from the remaining arenas, but I'll keep the sense of mystery for all of you. Take a look at the structure, and you can see it's just that big long pit like that. There's 3 of these, and I will be tackling the remaining ones later. The rumbling in the distance was the door to the next one opening, but you can see there's shimmer blocks that are sort of preventing us from traveling on, so we will have to wait until later for that one. Alright, thanks very much, and I will see you guys next time.